Hi guys! So I just wanted to make a video about my interview with Interac. So first of all, of course, you have to apply online, and I actually just finished, like halfway finished my application and ended up getting a call. So I quickly finished my application and called them back, and we set up a phone interview, and the phone interview was 2 weeks later. So I just prepared for the phone interview by watching a few other videos on YouTube and practice, and of course they send you a really long packet of things to read over. So you read over that, and you'll want to take some notes or like type up some quick main points, and they'll ask you questions about what they sent you. So that was pretty easy, and at the end of the interview they let me know that I had passed and immediately invited me to go to the seminar, which was in LA for me, and that was 2 weeks later. So before the interview, you have to get all of your documents together. They'll send you a list on what you need, like your resume and some pictures and things like that. The hardest thing to get is those pictures, and I just went to CVS and got them done there. It did take a few tries. So you'll want to make sure that you either bring a ruler or use one that they have there to measure before you pay for the pictures, to make sure that the measurements are within what they need. It's very specific, so just take the paper with you or have it on your phone or something, and it'll help a lot. So I got all my stuff ready and got my demo lesson prepared and all of that. I spent quite a long time on my demo lesson, and I'll show it to you in a little bit. And prepared a few typical interview questions for myself as well. At the seminar, there were only 8 of us total, which was great, and we went around and introduced ourselves before we started the actual information session. The information session itself took a few hours because we kept getting a little bit sidetracked. The recruiter would joke around with us as well, and we ended up talking about In-N-Out at one point. But it was all really relaxed and a lot of fun, and we learned a lot about the company as well. So after the information session, we had about a 10-minute break or so, and then we ended up having the little English grammar quiz. And it's not really hard, it's just, one page, double-sided. If you're feeling uncomfortable about it for some reason, I would just go over maybe verbs that are active and verbs that are passive. Those would probably be pretty helpful because I had no idea what to do for that part. Anyway, after that, we just moved right into our demo lessons. We went by who volunteered to go next. We didn't have a set order, and the recruiter didn't make us go in a particular order either. Each person would let the rest of us know if they wanted interaction with us or if they just wanted us all to be like totally silent and not bother them, not to distract them. So for each one, we watched them. For the ones that wanted interaction, we would interact with them, give them that feedback as if we were their actual class. It was all really relaxed. Since we'd spent half the day with each other already, we already knew each other. So there was no particular pressure. The recruiter was great. He didn't just stand there and stare at you like he's waiting for you to be done. He was really nice. He'd joke around in the background to try and lighten the mood. So that was really helpful. Mine, of course, you get a little bit nervous, but yeah. I'll show you the board in just a minute. So give me one moment. Okay, so this here is my board. Don't know if you can see it very well. So I just kind of used what Sunny Usachan had used. So I felt most comfortable doing that, and I really liked her idea. I can't sing. I can't sing at all. So I didn't want to have to do any of the songs almost everyone else did. So I chose to do something for colors. So I just went put your binoculars on, and I spy something pink. What is pink? and then I would kind of look at it like she did, and then I'd be like, very, very good. Pig is pink. Say it with me. The pig is pink. So that was the warm-up exercise. That was pretty easy. Make sure you don't get stuck on it too long because it is supposed to be fairly short at least. I just went through a few animals before moving on to the next task. So a lot of people ended up spending way too long on their introductions and on this part, and were running really short on their full lessons. So, or their actual lessons, not their warm-up. So I decided to do the directions again. So this is mine. It is magnetic. So I've got all the little pieces here, and I would just put it there. So for it, I would ask, so I want to get to 7-Eleven, or you want to get to 7-Eleven. So I tell you how to get there. I tell you to go 2 blocks, make a left, it's on your right. Where is it? Not quite there. So you need to make sure as well that you not criticize, but if you pretend that someone does something wrong or says the wrong answer, so you need to show how you would do that as well in the lesson. But anyway, yes, this is what mine looks like. Here's the front again. I just used it pretty simple. My recruiter was pretty impressed with it for some reason. Yeah, so here we go. So after the demo lessons were done, we just chose the order that we wanted our one-on-one interviews to go in. So the recruiter didn't actually choose the order for us. We got to sort it out amongst ourselves. So the people that had a really long drive home or that had something planned afterwards, we let go first. I hadn't personally been planning to leave until later in that evening anyway, so that I could avoid traffic when I was getting home. So I went second to last. That left me with about 3 hours to kill. Lovely. But I spent that 3 hours just sitting out in the lobby of the hotel chatting with the other interviewees. And it was really relaxed. The best part about this whole process was probably that you're not actually competing with anyone. You're just interviewing with them. There's not one job opening that you're competing with them for, but there's always a chance that you could all get hired and all go to Japan. So it's really nice. Doesn't feel pressure or anything like that. So after my 3 hours were up, I went in and had my one-on-one interview. It was super chill, super relaxed. You'd spent all day with this recruiter guy anyway, so you already felt pretty comfortable. And of course, you do need to remember that this is an interview, so you do have to be professional, but it wasn't too nerve-wracking, and that was the part I was personally most worried for, because I can do a presentation just fine, but talking one-on-one to someone is really uncomfortable, especially in a, pressured situation like an interview. So it was a lot more relaxing than I thought. Make sure you have some questions prepared for him as well to show that you're interested, and maybe make notes on anything that you want to show that you're really paying attention to what he says. And yeah, so after that I just left feeling super confident, like I had aced the interview, so I was really excited. But now the long part was waiting to find out if I actually got the job, to find out if I was actually going to Japan. So they tell you that it'll take 3 to 4 weeks to get back to us. So I was like, oh god, it's going to be a month. What am I going to do? So of course I was checking my email obsessively, even just the following day. Even though I knew that I wouldn't hear back from them for a few weeks, I was checking my email obsessively. And at around midnight, almost exactly 2 weeks later, I heard back, and I was so excited. I was so excited to hear I was going to Japan. So even though it was the middle of the night, I had to tell everyone, but no one was awake. But yeah, so I'm going to Japan. I'm so excited. If you have any questions for me about the interview process and stuff like that, about, I guess, just Interac, how I heard about it, anything, let me know. I hopefully plan on making more videos once I actually get to Japan. Hopefully I'll get you guys something interesting then. If you want, let me know, and I'll try and make more videos about like the process of getting prepared to go and like anything about that. Just let me know if you guys are interested in that, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!